Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So this is going to be a message for the sign of Pisces. Pisces, my messages are timeless, so when you see them is when you're meant to hear them. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, please don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you can get alerts when my videos are posted. Pisces, if you're new to my platform, welcome. Please hit that subscription button. It would totally mean the world to me. God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardships as the pathway to peace, taking it as he did this sinful world as it is, and not as I would have it. Trusting that he will make all things right if I surrender to his will. God, I surrender. That I may be reasonably happy in this lifetime and supremely happy with him forever in the next. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, and my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. And I don't know why. Hey, Ari. I just sat down here and my stomach hurt now. Okay. So somebody may be feeling sick. I ain't sick. So, take it how it resonates for you. All right. Something seems to be running kind of slow. All right, y'all. So the other day, I got Death Becomes Her. It's a movie, right? Last night, same scenario. Put it in a casket. It's heavy warning signs being given. Then there's questions about how many times have you been told something. Somebody goes in the comments, because clearly they didn't listen to the message, and it says how many times have they been told because they are instant karma. Well, first of all, they didn't listen to the whole message, because if they did, so it could be somebody not listening, but it also gave hard-headed. Hard head make a soft ass, okay? That's the old school saying. We got the Lord's Prayer from the Aramaic translation: O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our being and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with your desire. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that bind us as we release others from the entanglements of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by which would divert us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of the present moment. For you are the ground and the fruit for vision, the birth, power, and fulfillment as all is gathered and made whole once again. Amen. So everything being said, but it's also talking about alignment, because I go through each one of these prayers. It was 3 different prayers that I gave, but then it got aligned into one because I put them all together, right? So it is finding your way, but also being mindful that it's a new creation, something being started, and it's something different. Now, a lot of y'all might not realize that the way we go in cycles, right? And it could be cycles with people, places, and things. Um, and this morning, okay, so let me go over the one because eventually it would just be broken down to the one. You may have gone through everything that you have gone through in order to get here. So it may have taken 3 chances, 3 tries in order to get to something. Hey, Debbie. Welcome, Debbie. Thank you for being here. Debbie said it's her first time being here. Y'all make sure that y'all give her a welcome, a warm welcome. Um, Love me some me. Welcome. Thank you for being here. O cosmic creator, source of all life and light, you are my shepherd, guiding me through every valley, every shadow. I lack nothing, for you lead me beside the still waters and restore my soul. In your presence I find peace and strength, for you are with me always. Your rod and staff comfort me, and your love prepares a path before me, even in the face of adversity. God, grant me the serenity to embrace what I cannot change, the courage to change what is within my power, and the wisdom to discern the difference as I walk each day in faith. In the presence of your infinite grace, I am unafraid, for your kingdom flows through me, as it does through all creation. With deep gratitude, I give thanks for the miracles already set in motion in my life. Shift what must be shifted, move what must be moved, and illuminate my path with your divine light. Align my heart and my actions and my soul with your will, for I know you have already provided the strength, guidance, and blessings that I need. I release all fear and surrender fully to your higher wisdom. May your goodness and mercy follow me each day, all the days of my life, as I dwell in your sacred place, presence, now and forever. All right, so that was what came up with all three of them, right? So eventually, just doing that one, and I need to kind of get it down packed because I did it, but and y'all, my stomach is hurting. I don't know why all of a sudden I sat down here and now my stomach is hurting. Um, Again, I'm not sick, so maybe somebody's stomach hurt. Um, so somebody's being removed because they need to be. Um, it is very clear and evident that one apple does spoil a whole bunch. So, if they're talking to you, what does that mean for you? Who's around you that needs to be released and let go of? So the message is, Pisces, look at this. You have to look at this because if you're seeing this, I'm talking to you. All right? And they're saying take notes. So, hey, Dream Sequoia. Cycles. Our life has gone in cycles. So I'm gonna explain to you my cycle. You can figure out your cycle, from what I'm gonna tell you. All right. Take it how it resonates. So, and I will eventually give y'all some cards, but right now we're gonna have whatever this conversation is about to be. So, from this cycle, so it could also talk about your astrological sign and needing to look at your houses, right? So from age up to 18 or up to 20, something happened. And from 20 to 25 or 26 or 28 or whatever your cycle is, whatever 7 year, 9 year, 10 year, it's given 10 year cycles for me is what it looks like sometimes, or maybe 7 year cycles. But anyway, so what took place was um, in one of my cycles, it was me growing up and leveling up. This is when you're young and you're going to school and you're thinking about, okay, what do I want to do with my life, and the people, places, and things that we entertain. Okay, so I'm gonna use my children's father for instance, the oldest ones. Okay, so I cut my cycle with him early because of the fact that I didn't really want to be with him, and technically there was things that I dealt with him that I knew, but we still have a great relationship. So I can call him, he call me, whatever, but we don't call each other unless it's necessary. All right. So it could be 5 years, 7 years, 3 years in between the time I talk to him or he talked to me. But either way, if I got it, he can get it. If he got it, I can get it. Okay. Meanwhile, I still might cuss his ass out on the sidelines if he fuck with my kids and my kids is grown. All right. Either way, cut that cycle with him. The youngest two, there's a cycle that has ended with him because I told y'all before that I cut his child support, going and get, because I don't want him in my energy. But also I told y'all he was, looking over into my TikTok and all that, because TikTok will tell you who's looking at your stuff. All right. So anyway, the cycle goes. I met him when I was 18. All right. Had my own place, everything. I had 2 kids at the time. He instantly came in, but the 2 kids was with their father in Texas because I just had some free time. And so me and him started dating, whatever. Um, I may have kicked him to the curb because, I didn't really like him, but he was nice to me. All right. So he, thank you, Dream Sequoia, period. Because I was on my way, as you saw, because why? Um, anyway, so by the time we didn't have kids, we had a good time. He went his way, I went my way. All right, my kids came back. So somehow in the process, I started thinking, he was a good, person in that. So I kind of did a thing. I asked the universe, told the universe I wanted that person to come back. So I wanted that person because I felt like they would be a great catch. And, I wanted stability in my life at this point in time because now my kids are here and, I need to do something different. All right. So the universe sends back this product, this person, right? I asked the universe to send him back if he was available, but the universe sent him back anyway because you never know. The power of life and death is in the tongue, and shit. When I call in something, it be showing up. All right, so he shows up. We start again. Great time, yada yada yada. But this time, we decided that we was gonna have a kid. All right, as if I didn't have enough kids, and I only ever wanted 2 kids. From the time I was, younger, I said I wanted a boy and a girl, and I literally got them in that order, a boy and a girl. That was all I ever wanted. But, love makes you do strange ass things. So now I request this kid from this person, right? All right, my little love child. So we ended up having a baby, and for some reason it just started being a thing. So it was a turmoil and chaos. um anyway, long story short, so I had a cycle with him. We broke up. I already explained this story to y'all, so I really don't want to go into it, so y'all get the gist of it. I started dating somebody else, which is the nigga that I was just married to. But anyway, I knew the nigga that I was just married to from a long time ago. So all these people, I'm 48 years old right now, all these people have been around my whole entire first part of my life. Okay, so just so we're all clear, pick up what I'm putting down, because there's some people that you have been connected to all the first parts of your life that you have not realized it's a cycle or a situation that has been playing out. That right now it says take notes, because get off the merry-go-round, because it's detrimental from what I hear to your next phase. So you have to get off the merry-go-round. The people who are supposed to be there will be there, but for my case, it's nobody. Nobody but my family members that now that I'm, attached to. Other than that, I don't have a friend from previously before. They're not allowed to be around me. And mind you, so much so that the universe makes it so these people can't be around me. All right, so he did whatever he did. Mind you, this person kind of shattered my self-esteem at one point in time, because for me to initially know that this person, I didn't even really like this person, but then after I got pregnant, and you know how your body starts to change. Mind you, I had a good body while I was pregnant, because shit, I was still wearing high heels while I was pregnant, little mini skirts and everything, body was booming. All right, anyway, so after that, something changed, because then my body changed, which kind of still threw me off. It wasn't as small as it was, but it was shapely. Either way, person fucked with my self-esteem because of the fact that this person was cheating and a whole bunch of other shit. And I'm saying, why is the person cheating if I'm doing all the shit that I'm supposed to be doing? Because we wasn't not, doing the shit that I was supposed to be doing. And this nigga was still doing what he was doing. I didn't realize it has nothing to do with me, okay? So, insert the other person, the last person. Me and that person had cycles too. So just so y'all know, each person I have had cycles with. Each person I have now cut the cycle, cut the tie, because hell no. because something is about to happen and something is happening that is very much important as to the reason why the universe has now cut the tie and cut the cycle. So you have to realize and recognize where it is that you play your part, because I already said what I said from the beginning. Whatever the next phase is detrimental to your life, detrimental to your stability, detrimental to you. All right, so me, okay? Because I'm talking to me. Um, so it took a while to end this cycle. So probably like 16, 17 years. Anyway, so in 2010, me and this person were married, but I was trying to leave because I left Delaware then. So we had a whole process from 18 to 2010. I don't know how old I was then. Probably 30 something, right? Um, Either way, both of us, B Bob. So since you came in pointing hands, also you're Haram too. So just know that, because y'all be weird. Get the fuck off my channel, stupid. People just dumb as hell. Like, what's Haram about me talking? Like, mind your fucking business. You're weirdo. Um. Anyway, everybody else. So the cycle that was going on between me and this person. So insert the next person. Um, Whatever we were going through, it kind of overlapped into this situation, and it was just chaos and havoc. Anyway, long story short, 2010, I decided I wanted something different. I'm leaving, and I don't give a fuck who doing what, where, and why. And I'm gonna go start something different. So I left from Delaware and I went to Texas. All right, so I moved to Dallas, Texas. So when I moved to Dallas, Texas, it was a way for me to change my life. I was a medical assistant then. At the time, I did all my classes in Delaware, and so it was a fresh start for me. I'm gonna move over here. I had got a job at a facility. It was a traveling agency, and we went around to like different job. We did like job fairs and things of that nature. So I got paid a lot of money for doing this, right? Um, or at the time a lot of money, because it was $25 an hour just for that. But then I got money for just leaving and going to the place, and all this other extra shit, because back then I don't know what the fee and shit was, but that was a lot of money. um all right, so in the process of me going to Texas, I was still married, but also is when I told y'all I met the person. Meanwhile, my marriage was supposed to be being worked on, but that person was doing whatever they was doing, talking to people still back there because they was still cheating and lying and everything else. Anyway, so it wasn't really a marriage, but then insert somebody that God said help her, or what that's what they said. All right. So with this process, it changed my life, put me on a different pathway, because now one cycle is already closed out. Be mindful, and the reason why I'm saying take notes, because it's names. You got to take the names. So I'm gonna say my first baby daddy, his name Nate. Okay, Nate Brown. All right. So NB, NMB could be specific to the initials. Take it how it resonates. Those are mine. All right. So then Romel, which is my second children's father or whatever. RK, but RC, because he ended up changing his name, which is definitely, RZ, C or K. Take it how it resonates, because it's always a C or K. All right. Um, anyway, so then the other one, AMJ, next initials. All right. Happy Friday, Miss Kelly. It's Thursday here, y'all, but Friday where Miss Kelly is. All right, so the other person, CT. All right, so insert that person. So each person, you need to be writing down these names, just so we're clear, because this is like something that probably a lot of y'all don't even realize that you've been doing, but it's time to get off the hamster wheel. So go to Texas, life gets changed, start doing something different. But when I asked God to move, when I moved, and I was saying, and period, Debbie, thank you. So when I was telling God, because each time I told God what I wanted, God, the first time I asked for that specific person, if they're available, God gave them to me. Not the first time, it was the second time, because we already got one baby daddy, he already on out the way. But even still, that was a blessing because it was military and benefits and things of that nature that came with the first baby daddy. So be mindful. What do you call that? Allotments and things of that nature. So I was being very much taken care of by each one of these people, right? All right, so cross that person off the list because I canceled that cycle with him, except for the fact that we don't really have a cycle, but it's a person that's still around. The second baby daddy, it ended up running into the next phase. So when I asked God for the next person, I said, I wanted somebody older, and God, I won't let somebody else interfere into my life, because with the second one, I let the friend, but also second one kind of, he's the second children's father, but he's also the third. Take it how it resonates. Anyway, so because these two is kind of like running a race in between each other or something. Because when I wasn't dealing with this one, I was dealing with that one. But both of them suck. So there's that. Maybe I suck for choosing them. So there's that as well. Because again, it's something that attracts me to the energy, you know. Either way, so I told God, if God change my life, I will not allow any of these people to insert themselves into my energy. I will cater to the person that I'm with. I will do all the things that I'm supposed to do. I will build my life. But also what I noticed is the first time the person did something to me, it was, remember how I said men will get upset about you being independent, but if they leave, and it could be anybody, I'm gonna just say men because I was dealing with men. Each time I got left, or each time I left somebody, or I didn't want to be with somebody, my life, they would want to take stuff from me. So like when I was dating my first children's father, he bought me a car. My first car was a Honda Accord, a blue one that he bought, right? And so, but mind you, I made sure I always put stuff in my name. So that's one thing y'all need to really, really understand, that if it ain't in your name, you don't own it, okay? And so this is also talking about advancement and things of that nature, how I ended up being independent, or wanting to be independent and standing on my own 2 feet, because I understand about the cycles. So whatever this cycle is, it is, because the reading last night said you something, I gotta go back and look at it, but it was talking about you dealing with you and you being stable and able to do the things that you need, because even though we want people around, we have to always be mindful that something could potentially happen. And if something does happen, because we don't want to go into it, with stuff happening, what happens when our life changes? Are these people just allowed to disrupt our whole entire lifestyle because they did something to us, or because now we choose to change our mind and we realize they're not in alignment with us? Do we now have to start over every time? That's not fair to us. All right, so he decided that he wanted to take my car back, but he couldn't take my car back because my car was in my name. Okay, so insert, the next person that I dated. And mind you, I left when I'm out. His name was Kevin. Mind you, somebody just mentioned Kevin. What happened to Kevin? And now Kevin was in my inbox last month. Mind you, the day that somebody asked about Kevin, somehow Kevin showed up. It was weird. Mind you, I ain't seen Kevin in forever. Anyway, Kevin bought me a car, a Honda Accord, right? Let me tell you how Kevin took, and when Kevin cheated on me with the neighbor behind my house, the neighbor that I used to be like this with, that she used to drive my car, when I decided that I wanted to break up with Kevin, you know what Kevin did? Kevin walked up on my Honda Accord, put his Timberlands through my windshield and also through my sunroof. And he thought he was justified for it because he bought the car. Mind you, the car was still in my name because, it's in my name, so they buy it for me. Either way, yeah, the neighbor, the bitch that was right behind my house. So, but Kevin felt like, because he bought me a car, but mind you, I had this girl driving my car. See what I'm saying? But Kevin didn't feel like it was fucked up for him to be going out my back door and fucking the neighbor. Mind you, we wasn't having a lack of sex. We never have a lack of sex. I don't never have a lack of sex. So niggas just be being greedy, just so y'all know, okay? Or they just like new ass. That's it, that's all. So that's what I was told. Cause when I felt bad about the other cheating and niggas that ain't had nothing to do with you, niggas just like different shit. Okay, but I didn't know that. I took it as something against me because maybe I'm not doing something right, you know? Whatever. Either way, had nothing to do with me. It was all on him. So, fuck Kevin though, you know, kick him to the curb. And thank God I didn't have no kids with Kevin. Kevin, mind you, I'm gonna tell y'all something I did, and it probably wasn't the best thing to do, but I did it anyway. And you know, hey, did Kevin know? Probably never in life. Anyway, so I accidentally got pregnant by Kevin, but I knew in my life I was never gonna have kids with Kevin because Kevin was having children. You know. Anyway, long story. That might be why my stomach hurt. You see what I'm saying? Because I sat down here and all of a sudden my stomach hurted. Mind you, I was just fine 32 seconds ago. Either way, so I told Kevin one day that, you know, I was going to hang out with my friend. And, you know, I got my friend to come pick me up. And she took me to the doctor. And so when I got home, I wasn't the same way I left. And I told Kevin that I was sick and that, you know, I had a stomach ache. So Kevin never knew that there was anything else happening. But in my mind, I knew for a fact I was never going to have no baby with that person. Okay, so that happened. All right. So back to the other people. So I guess we can write these people down too, because then that would also qualify as what we don't know and what I didn't know at the time, and I know now, you know, as a spiritual being and as a person that looks up stuff. That the fact of the matter is that because I even had that seed created with Kevin, that Kevin and me still have, because the baby does a thing. They said that the genetics of the baby or it still lingers in the mom. So that could be a spirit baby that could be, out there assisting. And that could be the reason why Kevin actually showed up. It could be the reason why Kevin is showing up and Kevin don't know why Kevin is showing up. Because me and Kevin had a tie. Although I am Ty. And Ty said, fuck Kevin. Because I wasn't going to spend 18 years with Kevin. I shouldn't have been laying down with Kevin probably. But Kevin was nice. Either way, that could be the reason why Kevin doesn't realize that Kevin has something for me. And I could be in trouble for that. Because just right now is when I'm realizing that, oh shit, play as fuck up. And it's not funny, but y'all know I laugh at weird stuff because, oh my bad. Either way, Kevin never knew. And I'm never telling him. Not unless he watched this and then he'll find out. Other than that, still fuck Kevin. So, and I ain't taking it back. That's it, that's all. But then there's an energy still that could be around that I could be dealing with. And I could be receiving karma for that shit. And be mindful, because if I call back my own shit, that could be the only reason why I'm even remembering any of this right now. Because that don't come across my mind at all, period. You see what I'm saying? It's like little things that we do sometimes that don't come across my mind. Don't say about yourself, unlucky. You're unlucky, you are breathing. It means luck. Yeah. Hey, M4. Either way, so there's a thing. Because I didn't even insert Kevin, but apparently Kevin needs to be inserted in because, there was a thing. So getting past the next cycle. So after I got to Texas and I asked God, to make my life different. And then I meet a new person. And this person, hey, Worry Bunny, glory to God, hey. So now this person has, inserted themselves into my life. Don't have no kids with this person. Didn't have no accidents because I just was making sure that I was heavily protected with that person because they was in trucking. And if y'all are dating anybody in trucking, protect yourself, man or woman, because I got hoes in different area codes. Is a very big thing with truck drivers, and they can say it's not, and hopefully it's not, but I wouldn't fucking trust it because you putting your life on the line. And if they sleeping with you, they could be sleeping with them. And I wouldn't trust nobody. because I know somebody that was married to somebody for over 40 something years, and they found out that the person liked the opposite sex, and now they're not married to the person. So who do I trust? Me, that's who. Because again, the message that was out there last night said, what the fuck did it say? Because y'all, I don't know why everything is tying itself together, but I told y'all, if y'all watch this channel, then y'all know that one story leads to the next story leads to the next story. It's been like a long drawn out, hey, it's a soap opera, like the Guiding Light. But then somebody just told me that they got black soap opera called Beyond the Gates. Mind y'all, remember when I told y'all the gates is closed? Or the gates is open, but you know, excuse me. I don't know who the hell I be picking up. Anyway, it says nobody equals results. So nobody equals results, meaning when you are putting your own energy in it solely, and it's not you having to worry about somebody else in the direction of, you know, oh, is this person going to care about me doing this, or do I have to ask this person for permission to do this, or if I gotta. It could be in business, it can be in love, it could be just in general life, period. At some point in time, y'all have to realize that if you keep going through the same cycle, it's time to get off the hamster wheel, because apparently that's a thing right now. So dealing with these people. All right, so writing it down. I went through this cycle with this person, and that's over. I went through this cycle with this person, but this cycle lasted a long period of time. But if y'all notice, they do the same exact thing, because every time the cycle was, or something was happening, it was almost like I was losing something in the end of the cycle. So I had to, and I told y'all about the worst time of my life when I slid down the wall and started to cry. And then I promised myself I was never going to be put in that type of situation ever again. Because every time I feel like, and I know I'm not being punished for loving somebody, but maybe I'm being punished for loving the wrong people. But that's what it felt like. So I didn't have nobody, but yet everybody claimed they loved me. And then I got to start something over and over again. And now my life is being made hard again. Why? I already built it in a way that, but it wasn't solely me. It was other people's energy. It was other people's time. It was other people just involved in it. And then they decided that when they wanted to do something, or because I didn't do something that they wanted me to do in that way, then I'm going to tear her down. Mind y'all, I just went through this again at 48 years old, or 47, because at 48 I'm in the building phase. But mind y'all, I'm in the building phase again. And why? But I failed in a way, because literally, and I passed on one aspect, and I'll tell y'all what, but I failed because the process, when I said, if you allow me, God, if I do this, if you do this for me, then I'll make sure I won't let this person insert themselves into it. I won't do this, or I won't do that. Mind you, I still had them same people around, and I still let them insert their whatever into it. All right, so everything crumbles. So tower moment, everything falls apart, everything goes away. But mind you, still in the process of, why did I allow for energy? Because maybe I just forgot. And that's the reason why you have to write stuff down. And that's the reason why my little unicorn book was important, because of the fact my unicorn book is what saved me. I wrote in my unicorn book, get off the hamster wheel. Don't, if this happens with this person, leave. Do not deal with this person ever again. Because for some reason, after a short period of time, it's almost like, or a long period of time, it's almost like you forget the fact that this cycle match, this cycle match, this cycle, and each time you lose. Each time you lost something. You may get away with your life, but you're losing something behind these people, places, and things. That, why do you keep allowing them to insert themselves, or insert the energy, or insert anything? And why do you keep attracting the same type of people that you've already, lost shit to, or from, or for? Or why are you allowing this to still go on and it to linger? So, hey, again. So, this phase, mind you, I don't have anybody around. So, this time in the building process, it's only me. I don't have nobody to ask. Oh, is this good or is it going to be okay if we. No, because guess what? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Because now I realize that every time somebody gets inserted into the system, I can have the direction and know what I'm supposed to do. They will always want to come and insert themselves. Maybe we should do it like this. That ain't the way I was told to do it. Mind you, some things can already be established or being established beforehand, and then somebody else will come and insert themselves all unprovoked. And now, Miss Kelly, you said you valid questions. Definitely valid questions. So, hey, Katie. So now the person, Miss Kelly, you are already on the direction. You don't have nobody around. You already know what you're going to do. You back in the rebuilding phase. And now, because y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something. Yesterday, I was exhausted last night. Remember I told y'all last night during the readings, I didn't even eat. I fell asleep on the couch, still didn't eat. I woke up at 1 something, still on the couch. Ended up having to heat me up something. But mind you, I was fucking exhausted. But let me tell you what happened. I told you I had a great day yesterday. A lady out of nowhere, out of no fucking where, just happened to see me and said, "Blessings, Queen. Be mindful," and she didn't know shit about me. This lady said, "Be mindful, because God is getting ready to give you something. Be mindful who you have around." I said, huh? But mind you, she said something monetary. It was about money. And I said, how do you know that? Like, I didn't even have to ask how do she know that, but what made her say that? And what she also said was, your family, some of your family ain't your family. How does she know? I mean, I know, but how she know? She also told me that there's going to be some people that come around me or try to come around me that it's a no. And I'm laughing because literally it's all confirmation. I already know that. I already have the people that I have around me that are even around me. So it's funny that a random ass lady pulls me to the side because God had to, give the confirmation. Something's happening right now, and I need you to understand that it's vital that you follow the rules this time. Each time, it was still some lingering residue of a person, place, or thing. You let these people still have access. Each cycle, you were told, let them go. Don't let this happen. Because every cycle I was told, I told y'all, like literally some of the things that happened was my own fault. But a lot of people won't be accountable for some of the stuff that, you insert yourself into. You'll be saying, well, I don't know why this happened. Yes, you do. You already been told that person ain't no good for you. You already been told not to do that. Even on my last situation, like literally my brother was the main one saying, don't do that. Don't do that. My brother already knew how far I had came, everything that I had went through, all the stuff that it took, because my brother knows stuff about me that don't other people know. My brother would be on FaceTime with me. He could see some of the shit that I was hauling, some of the shit that I was doing, some of the stuff that I spend my time, money, and energy on, my brother knows. So mind you, my brother had already told me. But because I love a person, also my brother is the reason why it happened anyway, because I told y'all he sent me a picture, and for some reason the picture cast a spell. But he also told me. Because in my mind, all I saw was, I remember him. I love him. And that's all I felt. But we don't realize sometimes, I knew something was wrong. And that's why I should have taken my time to say, take a step back. Like something's not right. Then all of a sudden stuff starts to happen and it's weird. Mind you, and it's funny, Miss Kelly, that you saying that. Insects are warning. So I'm getting hella birds, fucking deer. I'm getting like spiders. So it's a lot of stuff that's happening that you're getting the warning for, but also it has already been written. So some of y'all may be taking notes. I have no brother, truth you speak. Yes, but God will send somebody, because look, God literally sent a random ass woman yesterday to tell me I'm getting ready to drop you a blessing. Make sure that you don't insert anybody into the system, because guess what? I'm gonna do it so they know I did it. Like, they've been trying to stop it, but I'm gonna do it so they know I did it. A random ass lady. That lady don't know me. She ain't had no reason to talk to me. But she wanted to make sure I knew that a blessing was on the way. I know y'all heard it. So, just so y'all know, blessings are on the way. Because that's just not for me. I'm attached to and tied to, a lot of people. But even in the process, attached to and tied to a lot of people, some people think that they are, tied to me, and they not. Just because you can feel energy from me, and just because whatever is happening, that's good. Did he said word of God from a tat lady? Or was you trying to call me fat? But even if I am any of that, at least I'm not stupid. At least I'm not a troll. At least I'm not worrying about somebody else's business. At least I have self-control. Like, so you saying that, but at the end of the day, like, you lack a lot. And you got time. So, mind you, we don't know if you fat, sitting there writing that. And you could be fatter than me. That's weird. Anyway, so moving on. The cycle. So a cycle is happening. And a lot of y'all already see it. A lot of y'all have already gone through it. I did, Debbie. Them people have no bearing on me. Like, at the end of the day, they just show their own true colors. So why you had time to come in here fucking with me, I don't know. So, people be projecting their own shit. So, like I said, probably bigger than me, and just mad because, they don't got the courage to sit they fat ass online in front of nobody and have a good conversation. So, people hate what they can't do. I get it. It's hard to be this fucking fabulous. I understand. Either way, the point of it is how do you change, and how do you this time end in a successful triumphant mode? One, not inserting people into your business or into your stuff. And a lot of people will, and that is period. So how to be successful in the next phase, how to not allow certain things to kind of come in and corrupt your system or your situation. And it's okay for us to love people. It's okay for us to be with people, but we have to be mindful that it is us. We are the key to everything. And just like in their life, they're the key to whatever. So I'm not trying to diminish nobody or anything. What I'm saying here is you have to be mindful that you are on your pathway, your journey. So it's about you. And yes, we can kind of mesh things with people and this, that, and the third, but we have to be mindful that if it's out of alignment and it's just not right, cut it from the beginning. Don't linger in situations or circumstances too long that are going to drag us backwards. When God shows us stuff, personal boundaries are so important to have. I've learned, yes, personal boundaries, spiritual boundaries, boundaries definitely are important to have. And it's okay. Sometimes we may need to take a break to reevaluate our boundaries. But we also have to be mindful that every cycle is important. There's a lesson to be learned. And so on my first lesson, it was worse because I didn't understand, the amount that I understand now. The second phase was better than the first phase, but it was still detrimental to my life. The third phase, which was probably now I might be in the third or fourth phase. I don't know. Third phase, I lost, because also be mindful that the higher you climb, the higher the fall. So, but I learned more. Also, I think the third phase was the most important, because the third phase is what actually got me, is what's getting me into the next phase, but also it got rid of the biggest hater. It got rid of the biggest enemy. It got rid of the biggest cancer to my life. And I'm not saying it was a cancer zodiac sign. It was a cancerous situation, but it could be a cancer, but it wasn't. Y'all know. Either way, I may have lost a whole lot more, I think, but I gained a whole lot more also from the third lesson. So now it is me going into the fourth thing, and I told you, so the first lesson, and also I feel like spiritually, the first one was detrimental to my spiritual life, because that's where I prayed the most. I was literally aligning myself up for here, because literally I would just watch TVN all day. I would just write in my journal. I probably still got those books where I was just writing. I went over the history and the genealogy of the Bible. Like, it just wasn't adding up. Some shit wasn't right. Either way, I did that. So spiritually, I was elevating in my first phase. My second phase, it was probably more about loyalty and monetary. It's always monetary, because money always is one of the losing factors in when you're going through any lesson. Although my third phase made me lose more money, it made me lose more time, made me lose more energy. The third phase, I feel like I just lost a whole lot, but nothing that I can't get back. Okay. Yes, every interaction is a lesson. Always have a response. Never react to situations. Well, and that's the other thing. Sometimes we have to realize that sometimes it's not an action, but no action is also an action as well. So we have to be mindful even of that. Hey, Mystic Healer. It's like when people say, oh, I didn't vote. Well, no vote is a fucking vote too. So all you did was help perpetuate, more of the problem. But either way, so now the fourth or fifth phase, me rebuilding me finding me has been detrimental to my spiritual life, my personal 3D life, my monetary, situation, all of that. And the biggest lessons that I learned and that I have taken away, without me, there's nothing. And in each one of those situations, they still want to talk, or they still want to try to come and corrupt. They still want to do something. I'm not even thinking about them. So if in fact what everybody said was true and that they were so important, why they worried about me when I'm not worried about anybody else? That's how you know how much of importance you are. And I can tell this story 1,000,006 times and not want to engage, not want to talk, not want to nothing. It could just be a lesson for somebody else. Mind you, the woman that ended up telling me yesterday about the blessing that's coming in, you know what she told me? She literally said what I said yesterday about the truth being told. She said, don't hide nothing that happened to you, because you don't know. Because I ended up telling her about, the marriage and all the other shit and the person taking my money and whatnot. And she said, don't hide nothing that happened to you. She said, because you don't realize how your story is going to help somebody else. Mind you, this lady ain't got no social media or nothing. And you know what I told her? I said, I do that anyway. I literally tell people everything that happened in that process, everything that I went through. I tell people that. And literally, that's what I was saying yesterday about one of the messages was saying somebody's in trouble because they keep lying. They don't realize that their story they're in charge of, or they are the person that somebody may be watching, and they're trying to cover up the truth. Meanwhile, it's people that need that healing, that help. But meanwhile, everybody is fake it till you make it. Don't insert this, don't say this, don't say that. If it happened, it fucking happened. Like, you could be speaking things into existence if you're speaking something new, but if that happened, that's already happened. That's already in the fucking past. Right now, we're talking about it because we're healing from it. We're growing from it. We're elevating from it. And just like a minute ago, the epiphany that came, I'm trying to figure out how somebody summoned Kevin out of no fucking where. Because she said Kevin, and then the next day, Kevin was in my inbox. Meanwhile, it wasn't until I just sat right here that I figured out why that may have happened. Because I was at one point in time pregnant by him. Does he know that? He might not even know why. Like I said, he is even, worried about me right now. Because why the fuck would he be worried about me right now? Do you know, when I'm 48 years old. When I dated him, I was probably 19, somewhere around there. So why? So maybe I could be in trouble for that. I don't know, because maybe he was supposed to know. Again, I just said, am I going to go, all unprovoked and tell them, fuck no? We would have to be sitting in each other's faces and something happened, and then maybe I would. I ain't hiding it from him, but I'm not talking to him. So at this point, I'm talking to y'all. So I'm giving it to the universe. Maybe I could be in trouble for that. Because, maybe I wasn't supposed to do that. But also, that was one of the reasons why my last son, the one that's walking around breathing and talking right now, that's one of the reasons why he's here. Because one of those times I laid on that table and I literally could feel my life force leaving me. And I literally prayed to God and I told God, if you save me from this, I'll never do this again. That's how he got here. Because in my mind, even when I got pregnant, I was really wanting to go, and I didn't want no kids by his daddy no more. Because he had already got on my nerves. But guess what? It wasn't nothing else I could do, because I promised God, and I damn sure wasn't going to get on that table after I made that promise, because I literally felt, it was the very first time I had got Twilight done. And mind y'all, I'm allergic to a lot of shit. So, and it could have been just the fact that I was allergic to that and nobody would have known. And all I could feel was I was dying. I literally was dying on that table, and I felt it. And I prayed so hard, and I promised. And mind you, I was sick as a dog after that. I had to go home, like, literally, it was a mess. Either way, something wasn't right. And I was thankful that God restored me, but it could have been an epic failure, because, why you do that? Mind you, the funny part is, the one that's here walking around that I know, I bled a lot while I was pregnant with him. And that shouldn't be happening. Like, I tried, because I just was not going to that table, but literally, that boy made it through hell and high water. So what if that was my redemption? So I could have gotten in trouble for it, but it could have also been redeemed already by, that spirit being able to be allowed to be born still. I don't know. But I know for a fact that that child, in my mind, was damn sure a miracle, because ain't no fucking way. Mind you, I wasn't even dating his daddy when I got pregnant. And I already told y'all, it was a weird turn of events. I was with the person that, I just had that last incident with, and we was on some, grown shit, freaky shit, and he got invited and she got invited, and somehow a baby happened. So I wasn't even dealing with this nigga when I got pregnant. It was a weird turn of events. That's how I know my baby was supposed to be here. Mind you, this nigga ain't helped me raise him, ain't did nothing. Same nigga that I said I just released his child support and I let that go, because you ain't done shit no way, but he will swear up and down to the world that he just did so much, ain't done a damn thing. But at the end of the day, the cycle is over, because guess what? Last week, I called him and I told y'all what I told him, but either way, blocked. I'm never dealing with him ever again either. He's also on the bitch, get somebody else to do it list. Don't call me, don't talk to me, don't say nothing to me, like we got nothing. We got 2 boys in this world, but me and him have nothing. I have 2 sons and he got 3 or whatever the fuck he got. Either way, I got 2 sons. He that I raised and they both grown. And whether or not they have a relationship with him is on them, not on me. And that's it, that's all. But he gonna have to get somebody else to do it too. So, done, off the list. The other light-skinned nigga off the list. First one, last one, only one off the list. Yeah, so the cycles are going as such. I'm not allowing that into my system. So something is happening again. You're about to be restored in a way where, or this is happening, or that is happening. Either way, y'all know y'all phases. Y'all know what y'all been going through. It's about to happen again. And like I said, y'all may have learned something, and each phase gets better, and each phase gets bigger. Each phase gets, but I'm telling you, the fall from grace is a big one. So be mindful. Because if God is already telling you that I need you to do this, or I need you to do that, or I need you to, get in alignment, get your ass in gear. Because I don't think you want what's about to happen to fail, or to fall, or to falter. Because a lot of y'all don't realize y'all be getting granted grace in situations, and somebody gonna be thinking I'm talking to them, and you're not being granted grace for shit because you ain't even done the work. So, because I can already hear it. Like, somebody feels like they're getting granted grace. You ain't getting granted shit. You getting granted a whole lot of karmic ass shit, and you think that you winning, but your ass ain't. Because it's the cycle. You didn't close out the last cycle. You're still actually running a cycle with a cycle with a cycle. Your ass is grass. So even though it may look like you're getting, 2 steps ahead, and I'm just telling you the truth. So, don't hate the messenger. It is what it is. If them cycles ain't closed out and you still trying to run phase after trying to pop new shit into old shit, wait until it happens. I promise you. It's going to happen. Because that's the way it works. I mean, ask anybody. Ask anybody that has done anything in life that has been successful and sustainable. Ask them. They didn't get there, because the other part was the lady that ended up saying what she was saying to me. When I told her about the marriage thing, she told me that she was 66 and her husband is 74. They've been married. She met her husband a year before I was born. And that's how long they've been married. So they've been married 48 years. I'm 48. So she added up, and that's what she said, and it was weird. But anyway, and she told me, she said, and it wasn't because it wasn't no deceit, no lies, no this, that, and the third. She said the man done it all. She said, but she just knew that and mind you, when she met him, I think she said she was 14 or something. And she said, this nigga done did shit. And like I told her, I said, I would stick by somebody. But one thing I can't do, and one thing I saw that a person was trying to do, take my life, steal from me to try to give to somebody else. Hell to the no. And that's what she said. No, ma'am. I wouldn't have stuck by that either. But she said it's been a lot. And she said even in the process, like sometimes she just don't, engage. And I know a lot of us women are like, because I don't know the extent of what all fucking happened. All I know is that's a long ass time to put energy into a person. And I would love to have that with somebody. I would definitely want to do that with somebody. But if every time we separate, or every time something's wrong, you try to steal from me, or you try to diminish my character, or you try to I can't do that. Because even if we get in an argument, I'm still going to love on you. I'm still going to want to hug you. Like, we could be arguing, I'm still going to want to hug you. I'm still going to want to kiss on you. I'm still going to want to be with you because of the fact that I'm saying, we could get past whatever that is. And sometimes a disagreement is also just to help you understand each other. Because we wasn't raised in the same house, God forbid, because why the fuck would you be married to somebody that you raised in the same house? So, of course, you're going to have differences. Compromising with a person is not belittling yourself, especially if it don't take anything from you. If a person likes this and I like that, then of course we can do this and that. But if it is something where it's going to be detrimental to my health or something of that nature, you can get somebody else to do it. Please and thank you. So if it's a person that it's just things that I'm willing to, kind of work with a person, but I'm not willing to compromise my very soul or my very life for nobody. Hell to the no. Only person I'm doing that for is me. So y'all look at this, because of the fact that it's saying, look at what you've been through. Look, it's time for a self-evaluation. Pay attention. Yes, they talking to you. I'm talking to you. And you done seen this before. So it's nothing new. Nothing new is under the sun. Nothing new is even happening with your cycles. You've already seen it. You've already been through it. You may have fared well better this time than you have last time. Each time you have elevated, have grown. You may feel like you are losing way more than you've ever lost now before in your life. But also you've gained way more than you've ever gained in your life. So be mindful of that, because you got this far because of what? Lessons and learning. So the fall may not have been as hard. So we have to learn to let some shit go sometimes. We got an 8 of Cups here. Abandonment, disappointment, finding a new path, and a failed attempt. You may have wanted to be in that situation. You may wanted to do something that was, it was all great. It was all good just a week ago. But sometimes us holding on to things, because guess what? I wouldn't be in the first situation with the second baby dad if it wasn't for his mom telling me that I couldn't be with him. That was the hard head Pisces in me, because how the fuck you gonna tell me what I can and cannot do? So sometimes we don't realize people be telling us stuff for our own good. Let it go, walk away. I told you, my brother said let it go, walk away. But, I love him, so I didn't let it go. I didn't walk away. But sometimes for our own best interest, for our own self-worth, we got to let some stuff go. And also be mindful that when people let us go, rejection is God protection, because this is the same exact thing. Somebody could be letting us go. So somebody may be letting go, getting let go off of a job, out of a marriage, out of a life, out of a situationship. Be mindful that could be God saving your ass. Your spiritual health, your mental health, your physical health could be at risk dealing with some of these people, places, and things. And you could be digging yourself an early grave by holding on to something, because of the fact that stress is a #1 killer. Okay, so be mindful of that. So sometimes it's okay to walk away and let some shit go. We got an Emperor energy here, a masculine energy. Could be somebody's father, somebody's husband, somebody's boyfriend, somebody's sneaky link. Take it how it resonates, okay? And period. Miss Kelly said, I like that concept of rejection. Amen. Because guess what? We don't realize sometimes God be allowing us to escape. We be trying to hold on. Oh, we love him. But guess what? You didn't realize that nigga was trying to take your ass out. They said they didn't want you. Be thankful. Be thankful. Because the next thing